There's a war going on in your head. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself what you'd do the next time your paycheck is late. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself how you'd react the next time someone cuts you off in traffic and slams on their brakes. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself what you'd do the next time your neighbor lets his dog crap on your freshly manicured lawn. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself what you'd do if you got that doctor's appointment you needed but then had to wait 5 hours in the waiting room to see him. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself what you'd do if you were to try to pass someone on the highway and they sped up. If you don't believe there's a war going on in your head, ask yourself what you'd do if someone opened their car door into your newly purchased car door. How do you feel just reading these things? How do they make you feel? Many of us would curse a blue streak at the object of our anger, wouldn't we? How will we have world peace when you don't have inner peace? Don't think the dark ones don't know that. They love keeping you in fight or flight mode. They love when you fight. They love when you get angry. They love when you rage. The irony is, when you stop doing these things, when you stop reacting this way, you stop experiencing these problems. It's like the teacher giving you the test back and then standing there waiting until you pick all the correct answers. Ivo, there is only one correct answer. Love. Love in its many forms, my love, forgiveness, compassion, patience, understanding, and to the degree you practice these things, you experience fewer of the wrong answers on your test. Me, how about the time I went to pass a car and the driver sped up so I couldn't get by him? I've never experienced that before. Here I was facing oncoming traffic, still a ways away, racing this guy for the spot. I pulled in behind him again, cursing a blue streak all the way until he turned off, where I gave him a huge dirty look. He seemed completely oblivious to what he'd done. Or he didn't care, I'm not sure, but I realized that I was the only one suffering here. He just didn't seem to care. Ivo, which is correct? You were the only one suffering here. It was not going to ruin his day. There are some people who do not care about what the correct thing is to do, they do as they please. Me, all we need is a loose cannon like that out on the road. Ivo, yes, and you must always beware of their presence. Some people do not care, or they are oblivious to the ramifications of their actions. They are too simple of mind to understand the complexities of life. Me, and they have a driver's license. Unreal. Ivo, the driver's test tests one for their adeptness at manipulating a car through lanes of traffic. It does not take into account their level of personal responsibility. However, my love, as the timelines now split out, you will be assured to know that you will be spending your life with people who are more conscious. Me, thank God for that. Ivo, thank yourself for that. Me, it's taken me a lifetime to understand that not everyone is like me. That there are egotists, there are people who are irresponsible, of lower consciousness, and people who just don't give a shit. It's taken me a lot to realize that there are all sorts in this mixed bag, and the challenge is to be yourself despite what they do. And being yourself is always being at peace because your soul is at peace. Ivo, correct. The next time you are going to pass someone on the highway and they speed up, now you will have been prepared for this and will be more understanding of what they are doing. You may not understand it as much, but you will be more understanding in that you realize there are people who do these things. If someone passes you on the highway, then you slow down and pull your car over to the right somewhat in order that they can see and get past you more quickly. If their impetus is to want to speed, then far be it for you to stand in their way. Me, true. I would cooperate. Ivo, that is why we love you, my dear. You are a cooperator. Many people are competitive. These people you do not understand that well. Me, nope. My shortcoming, I guess. Ivo, but when you do not understand, then you must not swear a blue streak, although I realize that many of you are very stressed and all it would take is an incident like this to get you to snap. So you must look at your overall stress level and reduce it. Yesterday, the delivery woman came from her car and you noticed she had a young boy with her in the car, so here is perhaps a single mother making a living delivering Amazon packages. She walked to your door and despite the fact she could see you, she still opened the door to hand deliver the package. Me, LOL, I know. I thought, is she invading my house now? Most people stop at the front door and leave the package on the ground. But I figured this lady was just determined to see that I received my package because she wanted to hand it to me personally, so I figured she was just doing a good job. I'd let her do it again. I don't mind. Ivo, so it is all in how you see it, Then. Me, next time, I might give her $10 because who knows, she might need the money. Ivo, you could. How you see things, whether you see things with compassion, or whether you see things fearfully, indicate your reaction. They tell you about yourself. Me, I still don't understand why someone would speed up to race with someone who's trying to pass them. Ivo, no, and for many of you, understanding things like this is difficult because you do not come from worlds where these things are done. Me, Earth can be a very scary place, frankly, compared to Elteron. Ivo, if you choose to see it that way. And if you do, you will experience more to fear. Have compassion even if you do not understand. Me, that's interesting. Or maybe ask to be able to understand. Yesterday I had to surrender myself and say, I don't know, I need your help, and saying that once in a while is not a bad thing. Admitting that you just don't get this place and everyone in it would be logical. Ivo, yes. And another point I would like to make about the war going on in your head, your reaction to news of war in Afghanistan and in the Gaza Strip, how do you react? Do you go to war with the warriors? Do you fight them in your head? Do you say they are wrong? They should not do these things. You are perhaps very correct, however, what is your reaction to seeing that war has broken out again? Do you join in or do you focus on visions of peace for those areas of the planet, or better yet, the whole planet? It is about bringing peace to your world. That is what this message is about. And the place that it begins is in your mind. Me, truth. Thank you, Ivo. Ivo, my love, it is a beautiful day. You have a 3-panel front window where you can view the sun shining on all that it touches. That in itself is a good start to the day.